Watch Democrats' dirty little secret exposed. They want this buried. Bernie Sanders managed to capture the hearts of millennials everywhere with his promise of free health care and college. Now, long after being bought out by Clinton, it looks like Sanders is finally starting to feel the burn. A recent interview shows Sanders becoming irate when asked about whether or not his wife, Jane Sanders, committed fraud. The Washington Free Beacon reports that Jane Sanders illegally obtained a multi-million-dollar bank loan to fix up the school that she was the head of, Burlington College in Vermont. Bernie used his political influence to secure the loan, and now that this information is coming to light, he is not happy. The couple decided to seek legal help after being probed for allegations of bank fraud. Now that this information is out in the open, Sanders becomes furious when asked about the case. It is pathetic that he cannot even defend himself or his wife without throwing a temper tantrum. Bernie Sanders doesn't want to talk about the FBI investigation one-on-one with Sanders.
Where are you from? Fox News. CBS is reporting on this, Politico is reporting on this. Do you still believe it's politically motivated, sir?
Well, I'm glad that you're interested in the fact that the Republican leadership is proposing legislation which would throw millions of people off of health insurance.
There's an implication, and from at least one individual, an explicit argument that when they called for an investigation into Burlington College, that you used your influence to secure a loan from People's United.
It would be improper. This implication came from Donald Trump's Vermont campaign manager, from Donald Trump's campaign manager in Vermont. Let me leave it at that because it wouldn't be improper at this point for me to say anything more.
We understand your wife has hired a lawyer to represent her in a possible probe into a land deal that fell apart. This was back when she was president of Burlington College,
No,
of course, in your state.
Let me say a word on that. You know.
Yeah. Well, I just want to ask you: do you know she's under FBI investigation?
Excuse me. My wife is about the most honest person I know.
You've previously said it was nonsense.
Yes, it is nonsense. But you know, now that there is a process going on, which was initiated by Trump's campaign manager. Somebody who does this all of the time has gone after a number of Democrats and progressives in the state. It would be improper at this point for me to add any more to that.
The most serious allegation is that you improperly used your office to help secure financing for loans for Burlington College, and I want to ask you on the record if that's true.
And you know where that allegation came from? That allegation came from the vice chairman of the Vermont Republican Party and Donald Trump's Vermont campaign state director. That is an absolute lie.
I do just want to understand, though, at this time, do you have any knowledge as to whether she's under FBI investigation?
That's all that I want to say, and we'll let it play out. But I think it's fairly pathetic that when, you know, people are involved in public life, it's not only that they get attacked, but it's their wives and their families that get attacked. That's what this is about.
Yeah, the wives and the families get attacked, right, okay. As if they don't attack President Trump's family and everything. They can dish it out, they can't take it. Bernie's reaction is mind-numbing, to say the least. You would think that if you and your wife were accused of fraud, regardless of the circumstances, you would want to defend both yourself and your wife. You would defend yourself with logic, not by ignoring the question and attacking another topic. Sanders rudely interrupted the person asking the question and started insinuating Trump's campaign and rambling about health care. It is a clear and obvious case of deflection. Sanders knows he is in hot water, and all he can do now is cook. The best he can do is to turn down the heat by deflecting to topics in the media that are not relevant to the situation at hand. Apparently, It is okay to investigate President Trump on false claims, but do not ever dream of investigating Bernie or Jane Sanders. I mean, they are the most honest people he knows. It is laughable that Sanders thinks that telling us how honest his wife is a good substitution for a criminal investigation. How about you let the people who see signs of deception do their job? Apparently he fears getting busted. It explains why he is so defensive. When you watch him, he is not defensive in an honest way either. Bernie is defensive in the way that a child is when you catch them with chocolate on their mouth while they deny touching the cookie jar. Justice is going to be served, and it's going to be sweet. The evidence is already starting to present itself that there was a crime of some sort going on here. It is looking like Jane lied about the number of pledges she had acquired to help pay back the multi-million-dollar loan. She likely went in and presented the false figures in the hopes of getting more money. And it worked. You had better believe that Bernie was there helping out during the conversation with the bank, too. Something seems awfully fishy about this story. We cannot wait until it is torn wide open and exposed to the entire country. Do you think Bernie and Jane Sanders committed fraud? Of course we do. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.